Hello everyone, welcome to another React tutorial. So in this video we are going to learn how to create this React copy to clipboard functionality. We're going to learn how we can copy items to the clipboard so that if you need a functionality or a feature like that in your React project, then you can do it, right? So let's get started. Okay, so we are going to use this simple project to actually learn how to copy items to the clipboard. This is more like color palettes. So you click on it and then you see the text here, copied. You'd see that if I copy this and then I open and I paste it here, that's the color code right here. So I've created a new project using Create React app. So I would open and then remove the files that I don't actually need. Open the app.js and then get rid of everything. I'm just going to put an h1 here and then I'm going to give the heading here, React copy to clipboard, and then I would remove the logo import here since I've removed it. And then when I go to index.js, I would also remove the web vitals from here. That should be it. So I should be able to open my terminal and do npm start to start my application. I should see the React copy to clipboard heading here once it's ready. And there we go. What I'm gonna do now is to create the palette component. So I'm just gonna add one component here, which I'm gonna call it palette.js. And inside the palette.js, I'm just going to use this React Redux snippets to generate the components. I'm just gonna put any random text here and call it palettes, and then I'm gonna save it. What I want to do now is to import the palette here, right? So just do an import, and React should import this for me automatically up here. I should be able to see it when it's done compiling in my browser. And there we go. So my component is showing up now. I'm gonna just put a paragraph tag here, which is gonna say click to copy. One thing that I have to also do is to get rid of all the default styles we have here. I'm gonna leave this one there with the class because I have the class name here. I should see the click to copy also showing up here. Because I want to style it, I will give it a class name and call it palette section, and that's where the palettes are gonna be. I'll go into the palette component, and this is where I'm gonna create the palette. Okay, in here I'm gonna give this div a class name so that I will be able to style it, and I'm gonna call it palette. Inside here I'm gonna have where the color is going to show and another div to show the color code, right? And then I would also give them the class name so that I can style them the way I want. Okay, so this is gonna be where the color is gonna show, and then I give this one the color code, that is the hex color code. It's gonna show here. Okay, so for now let me just put any random hash color code there, which is actually doing nothing, and I'll just write color here to make sure like it's showing up properly before I come to the styling. There we go, we have the color and then the color code. So when I come to the app.css, first styling that I'm gonna do is to style the palettes section, and I want the container to display flex. I want to do justify content of space around. I want to give it a width of 300 pixels, and I want to do margin auto to make sure it's in the center, and also do some padding inside, and I'm gonna give it 20 pixel padding. So we're not gonna see anything really changing yet, but you will see very soon. And then I would also style the palette. For now I'll just give it a background color of, let's say, blue, just for you to see what is happening. I just give it a very small border radius, like 2 pixels for the rounded corners. I'll give it a width of 60 pixels, and then the height of 80 pixels, and I have a small padding inside which is 5 pixels. And I want to also change the cursor when you put a cursor on it, so it should be pointer, and I want a very little box shadow. I want to give it not too like very small, so one pixels x and y. I'll just give it black, but then I'll reduce the opacity to 0.1. that's the alpha. Let's see how it looks like right now. Yeah, let me change the background color here, and I should save it and see something like this. Cool. So this is gonna be white, and then I would have the dots color. That is where the color is going to show. I would just give it a default background color of let me just write anything, something like this looks cool. And then I would also give it a border radius of not border, 2 pixels, and then a width of 60 pixels, and it will take a height of 70 pixels. Actually, let me make the height also 60 pixels. The actual palette is having a padding inside, so you see the space here, and then yeah, the width is 60, and then the height is also 60, and that's where the color is gonna show. So we can move on to where the color code is gonna show, and then style, that's 1 2. We can do dots color code, and we want to change the color to gray. The font size to, I just want to make it small, so I'll just do 11 pixels. I'll give it a margin top of 5 pixels, and it should look, I think this is more down, so let me remove the margin top, and yeah, I think where it is okay now. When you put a mouse on it, you see that it the cursor also tends to the hand, meaning it's clickable or something. Yeah, what we are going to do now is to make the palette dynamic so that we can use it multiple times. Palette.js, and instead of passing the color here and here, I'll just pass it as a prop. I'll receive the color as a prop. I would give it a style, the background color. How I want to do it is you pass the color code without the hash. That color code can actually come from anywhere. Probably it can be generated from maybe your random color generator, or wherever it's gonna come from, right? And then it's gonna be passed here without the hash sign, and then I would add the hash sign here instead. So it's gonna contain this and the color, and that is what is gonna give it the background color. So whichever color you pass here, right? So I can remove this one from there and close it like this. What is going to show here too is the color with the hash in front. So when I come to app.js, I'll just pass a color to 192, yeah, BC2, like this. And then when I save it, I should be able to see it changed here. That means I can actually copy and paste it multiple times and change the color code. When I save it, I should see it duplicates 3 times. That looks good. So the next thing I'm gonna do is here where I get a color, it's see like whatever I pass is what comes here, but then I want to transform everything to uppercase so that whatever I pass will be transformed to uppercase. Because what we have here is coming from JavaScript, we can do the dot to uppercase on it, and then this should transform it to uppercase whatever you pass. And there we go. Boom. Okay, cool. Think yeah, this is supposed to be font size, not yeah, and yeah, it should be very small, and that means that the margin should now work. Margin dash top 5 pixels, and that should push it down a bit. Yeah, and that looks good now. All functionality that is being able to copy, and with that I'm gonna install the package that I'm gonna use to do that, and it's called React Copy to Clipboard. So I'll just do npm install react dash copy dash to dash clipboard, like this. So whilst it is installing, I'll just go back to my browser and just search for it. Yeah, and then I'll check out the npm package sites. Yeah, so you just do this, right? This is how you install it, and then the usage is down here. Yeah, so you import copy to clipboard from React Copy to Clipboard, and then whatever you want to copy, you just wrap the copy to clipboard component around it, and then you can pass some props like the text you want to copy, and then the on copy action that it should take, and yeah, basically that. Yeah, so let's see how we can implement that. It's done installing. I'll just do npm start again. So once it's done installing, it means I can now import it. So I'm going to use it in the palette component. I'm going to import copy to clipboard from React Copy to Clipboard. I'm going to put the component around this. So copy to clipboard, and then the text that I want to copy is the color text with the hash sign. So I'll just do the backticks, and then get a color here, and then put a hash sign in front here so that it will copy the color with the hash sign, right? And then I would also pass the on copy prop, which is gonna trigger an action. So in this case, I'm gonna create a function which I'm gonna call handle copy, and I'll just create that function here, constant handle copy. And what handle copy is gonna do for now, it's just gonna console.log, maybe copy it. I'm just going to save it, and yeah, so when I click on it, yeah, I see the copied here, meaning it works fine. If you look at the actual application, when you click on it, you see the copied here, and then for some few seconds it goes away, right? Yeah, that's what I'm going to use the handler for. So I'm going to set up a state which I'm going to call is copied, and then set is copied, and it's going to be from use states, and initially it's going to be false. So this is going to set it to true, set is copied to true. I can now show it inside here, so I'll now remove this, add a closing div, and then inside here I'm gonna show as copied. So I'm gonna do the JavaScript conditional expression, which is gonna be is copied, and say copied. So if this is true, then it should show this text as in copied inside the palette. When I save it and click on it, you'd see the copied is actually showing here. There's no way to make it disappear, and that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna use the use effect hook to actually make it disappear, and I'll just do a set timeout, 2 seconds, and this is gonna check if is copied is true, then it's gonna set is copied to false after 2 seconds. So what this is gonna do is whenever is copied is changed to true, it's gonna run. That is copied, it's gonna run, and then 2 seconds it's gonna set it to false again. So I have to import the use effect, and then there we go. So I'll save it, and I'll go back to my browser and give it a refresh. Click on it, text appears here, 2 seconds, it goes away, boom. Right. Yeah, so I want to change the text to white or to something light. So I'll go back here, and then where the color is, I'll target the dots color, and then the small tag, and change the color to some white. Save it, and it's white now. Copy it, goes away. Copy it, goes away, goes away. That is it. The package is called React Copy to Clipboard, and it's very simple to use. You can actually, instead of showing the copied text here, you can actually show a toast or like an actual pop-up, or however you want to show the notification, right? It depends on what you want to achieve. It's all gonna happen here, so you can do whatever you like here. I just wanted to keep it simple, that's why I'm showing the text inside here, but then you can actually show it anywhere you want. That is pretty much it. Hopefully you find this useful. So if you like the tutorial, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And well, you can also leave a comment down there, And for now, I am gonna see you again later. Thanks for watching.